At $100,000, your money hits something most people never see coming, something called escape velocity. This is the moment your net worth doesn't just grow, it explodes. But here's the weird part. Most people get right up to the edge of this moment and then they quit. And I'm going to show you exactly why that happens and how to make sure you don't fall into that same trap. Hold on to that point because it's the difference between $250,000 and $1 million. But first, escape velocity in physics is the speed something needs to break free from gravity. With money, $100,000 is that turning point. It's the rocket fuel that sends your portfolio up and away forever. But getting to that number, that's where the real climb is. And for most people, that climb takes years. For a long time, it feels like you're doing everything right. Working more, working harder, spending less, investing consistently, and yet your net worth barely moves. It feels like you're stuck, like gravity won't let your money lift off. And while you're grinding through those years, your friends are posting cars, new homes, vacations. Meanwhile, you're over here eating the same groceries and moving the same $200 into an index fund every month. It's discouraging. Some people quit right here. And ironically, they quit right before the moment when everything finally starts accelerating. That's literally the reason I'm making this video, because most people never see the tipping point coming. But once you see it, once you understand how it works, you'll never look at 100K the same way again. Today, I'm going to show you why 100K is the magic number, exactly where the acceleration begins, and the three-part system I'm using right now to reach escape velocity myself. Hi, I'm Raj. On this channel, we talk about money, and in this video, we're breaking down why the first 6 figures is the hardest and why every 6 figures after that becomes easier and faster to obtain. This all comes down to one thing: compound interest. Money makes money, and then that money also makes money. But the problem is compounding is painfully slow in the beginning. The best way I've seen to explain this is by giving you 2 options. Option 1, I give you $1 million. No taxes, no conditions, just here you go, you can do whatever you want with it. Or option 2, I give you a magic penny that doubles in value every day for 30 days straight. Obviously, you'd take the $1 million, right? I would think most people would, especially since by day 5, the penny is worth 16 cents. By day 10, $5.12. A guy can't even get a combo meal for lunch with that much these days. We have to wait a day or 2 more for that. By day 15, $163.84. This looks like a terrible deal. It's been over 2 weeks, and this penny isn't even worth 0.02% of $1 million. Meanwhile, option 1 people are looking at houses on Zillow as cash buyers, or they bought the Lambo already. I'm not judging. But this is where Charlie Munger's line hits differently. I don't care what you have to do, find a way to get your hands on $100,000, meaning hang in there. Because at day 20, something insane happens. The penny crosses $5,243. And this right here is when escape velocity begins. Watch what happens next. Day 21, $10,486. Day 22, $20,972. Day 23, $41,944. Day 25, you've crossed 6 figures, $167,772. Day 28, you pass $1 million. And by day 30, you're at $5.3 million. That's 5 times more than the option that everyone thought was a joke. Now, obviously, money doesn't really double every day in the real world, but the pattern is real. And it's the same pattern behind the $100,000 threshold. Because with real investing, things feel slow until the moment they don't. So let's bring this back to reality. Let's talk about index funds and real returns, not fantasy pennies. If you invest $25,000 in one lump sum at a conservative 6% return in an index fund like VOO or VTI, these things track the S&P 500 or the total US stock market, you end up with over $250,000 after 40 years. That's a 10x with no extra input from you. And look what happens on the graph. The early years do nothing because it's mostly your own money you invested. Then once the portfolio hits around 100K, the slope changes. Growth compounds on growth. It takes 24 years for our initial investment of $25,000 to reach 100,000, but the next 100,000, only 12 years. This is why your net worth seems to explode after the first 100K, because it literally does. Now here's where things get interesting. What if instead of only investing $25,000 once, we added $500 per month along the way? Suddenly, you hit 100K in 9 years instead of 24. You ended over $1.1 million, not $250,000. Every 100K gets faster. 9 years, 7 years, 4 years. This is the part most people miss. The goal is not just getting to 100K. It's getting there as fast as you possibly can. That's a mistake people make when trying to get there that silently kills their chances of ever hitting escape velocity. We'll get to that. Because first, here's the reality. Most people don't have $25,000 just sitting around. Most people invest slowly over time, maybe $50, $100, $200 a month. If you invest $53 a month for 40 years at 6%, you end up with $98,000, which shows the same compounding pattern. But the money is too small to matter, even though it was about the same $25,000 invested. This is the danger zone. Small contributions work, but they work too slowly. There's a link in the description to the calculator I used in the video below, so when you're done watching, you can run your own numbers. But just to drive the concept of compound interest home, if we invested $100,000 and let it grow at 6% over 40 years with no additional contributions, we'd end up with over $1 million compared to $250,000 if we invested a lump sum of $25,000. Getting from 100K to 200K took 12 years. 200 to 300K took 7 years. 300,000 to 400K took 5 years. 400,000 to 500,000 took 4 years. 500,000 to 600,000 took 3 years. And it just keeps accelerating from there. All of that to say, we can't control the market's rate of return. That's one reason why we went with the conservative 6% returns year over year. But we can control what we buy and how much we invest. At this point, now we know that no matter the scenario, we benefit the most from compound interest by investing as much as we can, as soon as we can. More money in early means more money out later in every case. So how do you and I actually do this? How do we break out of the slow lane? Well, I'm in the trenches right now there with you, and I'm working on paying down debt, investing as much as I can to get to my financial goals. So I can't give you financial advice, but I can tell you there's 3 things I'm doing personally to get to escape velocity. I'm playing defense, I'm playing offense, and I'm playing special teams, just like a football game. The first is financial defense. It's getting harder to get ahead just by playing defense in an inflationary world, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna throw in the towel. I've seen the math, long-term is the best term. So in the best interest of my long-term financial health, I'm trying to spend less in general. That doesn't mean go without, but it does mean shopping around at different grocery stores, buying in bulk for better deals, and just being more mindful about what I'm spending on. And to put it another way, if what I'm trading dollars for is really worth it. One reason I stopped drinking alcohol was because it was getting ridiculous to justify the cost. Beer just makes me sleepy now, and there's never been a single mixed drink I ever bought that I thought tasted like it was worth $25. I had a good time in my 20s, don't get me wrong, but now in my 30s, I want different things. I sleep better, I have more energy, I spend less money. Cutting out almost 100% of my alcohol consumption has massive upside for me personally in a few different areas of my life. Now, in my opinion, I already didn't spend a ton of money to begin with, and the world being the way it is today, most of us are going to benefit more from playing more offense. That simply means make more money. This year, I paid for trainings that allowed me to do more procedures using my existing skills. I paid the money for the knowledge that increased my skills and abilities. I can now use those skills to better serve my patients, making them healthier, and I get to charge for those services if they want them. The wealthiest countries in the world invest in education and technology. Next year, I'm already planning on learning more, paying for it if I have to, and if there's new tech I can use to help my patients, I'm interested. I'm also continuing to make videos on this channel, and as of just this past weekend, I started other channels on other platforms where I can post short clips of these longer videos. Hopefully that translates to views on those platforms and translates to long format views on this channel, which would mean more ad revenue, which leads to me paying more in taxes. Thank you for your support. I appreciate you watching, clicking the subscribe button and liking the videos, maybe even commenting in the comment section and sharing this video with your friends as well. And up next, special teams. For me personally, this area involves reducing my taxable income, which I'm still exploring all the ways I can do that. We've heard all about this before, but using a job's 401k and other tax-friendly accounts are a great way to reduce how much we pay in taxes. This is one of our largest expenses year to year that often gets missed and is going to help the accounts grow over time. I'm looking into HSA accounts, standard and Roth 401ks, maybe even a backdoor Roth account as well, because every little bit counts. In my opinion, 100K isn't impossible, it's just an uphill climb. But once we hit that mountain, it's all downhill from there. I'm interested to know what you're going to do to get to that 100K level and beyond. Let me know in the comment section. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.